Jack, a 1-1 draw with Ayr United. Sum up your thoughts on the overall game.
Well, first of all, disappointed to drop points at home. I think that I'm disappointed to drop any points because I always say that I feel as if we can win every game. I think over the course of the game we create a lot of opportunities. We have to have that ruthlessness and be clinical when we have them. And then obviously we have the spell within a relatively short period of time. We keep missing the penalty and then go and go behind. The one thing that I have to give them credit for is their character. Because I know they go down to 10 men, but that's the play, they go down to 10 men. So and then we push, and we keep pushing, and we probably could have scored again in the game. But look, we have to. Yeah, I'm disappointed to drop points. I've said that to them. I thought that we can't keep waiting to have that spark about us. We need to have that from the off. But similarly, that's just 3 without defeat, but 7 from 9. If we keep replicating that form over the course of the next 3 games, 6 games, whatever it might be, then we will climb the table. So frustrated, but there's still positives from it.
Was frustration the emotion you were feeling when the penalty was missed and then they went up and scored in that spell? Because it must have felt like you had a great chance to take the lead and then you've kind of fallen behind.
Yeah, I mean it always does, because when you get a penalty kick and you have players with their capabilities on the pitch, you believe you'll score from it. So you almost have not celebrated the goal before it's went in, but certainly from my perspective, I'm then thinking about us being ahead in the game and what happens after that. So that opportunity obviously goes by, and then so soon afterwards we obviously concede. But our reaction to it was good. It was positive in terms of the players' character, because it's not always been easy for them here this season. And again, supporters got behind them, and I think that we had opportunities after we equalised as well that we could have went and won the game.
How pleased were you with, like you're saying, that the team's character and the fact that they did get something out of the game and it didn't finish a loss?
Well, that's getting better. I know that's been criticised this season as well. It is getting better. It's my job to strengthen that within the group, and whatever we do over the next month or so as well will be aimed at strengthening that. But the point I've made to them in there is that Lawrence is incredibly disappointed because he's missed the penalty. But we do it as a group, because it could be somebody else makes an individual mistake, it'll be an individual brilliance that'll win you the game. You've had David Clarkson, who hasn't played a lot recently, comes on, delivers a great cross for a goal. John Sutton, who's disappointed not to start the game, comes on and scores, and I've emphasised that to the group. But that's what we need. I always talk about the group, and sometimes I think boys think, yeah, okay, I'm not starting, I don't feel part of it, but it is the group that'll drive us on, and will keep making demands in training and making demands in the pitch. Look, I know that wasn't perfect today. It's not what I want to be at, but it's getting there. I do believe it's getting there. At least there's a spirit about us. There's a desire to get a result from a game. And in terms of the number of chances we created, I'm going to watch the game back, but I think we created a good amount at home over the course of 90 minutes, which you have to be pleased about as well.
In terms of the players' confidence that's obviously risen over the past couple of weeks with the 2 wins, how important was it to get that draw in the end to kind of keep that level of confidence going?
Yeah, again, wanted 3 points, knew where it would take us in terms of the league, but to keep that momentum in terms of staying undefeated, and I've emphasised that to players, that's not for show, it's not to protect my own standing. That's why I'll say it in this interview. It's about us taking the positives from it, that we've went 3 unbeaten, we've taken 7 points from 9. If we do that over the course of the season in blocks of 3 games or whatever it might be, we will climb the table. That's obvious. We will accumulate points that will make sure we climb the table, but we only do it by producing performances full of energy and commitment and desire, which we showed in patches, but we need to do it for 90 minutes. That's a challenge. That's why every week in training we come in and we don't work less hard than we did the week before. We work harder again, because it's got to be constant, it's got to be consistent, and they'll get there. That eventually we'll have a group of players that will buy into that every single day.
John Sutton marked his 100th appearance when he came off the bench with the goal. How happy were you with his contribution when he came on, and in terms of him then looking to start the next couple of games?
Yeah, look, I've been pleased with John. Started, I think, 8 out of my 10 games in charge, and I just think we've had a lot of games recently. I thought his form had shaded a little bit. I thought Lawrence had been bright, and so sometimes you look at the opposition as well in terms of their centre halves and think, well, it might work best against them. But his reaction, I asked him for that reaction when I spoke to him beforehand about him not playing. Look, he wasn't happy not playing, which I like, but his reaction was good. He comes on, I thought he was positive when he went on. He had other opportunities, and he gets his goal. We've been in that area that he's made a career out of doing that. So he's answered me in the best possible way, which I'm happy with as well. I'm delighted if a player says to me, well, should have been starting, because I won't always get it right. I've said that to the players, that you make decisions, and then you have to recognise sometimes if they're not working for you and you change it, and that's what we did. And he's came on, and I'm pleased that he's got his individual reward for that as well.
In terms of the next couple of games as well, it's Dundee United away and then Morton at home, 2 big games. How much are you looking forward to the players testing themselves against those teams?
They're 2 brilliant games to look forward to. This time of year you get bigger crowds as well in these 2 matches. I only look at the United game just now because it's the one immediately in front of us, but the message in there again is if that group of players doesn't believe you can go to Tannadice and win, then don't come in this week. And they'll all come in. And they should believe they can win because they're good enough to go and win, but they have to do the things that get them opportunities in game, that get them footholds in game, that create pressure on the opposition, because we're doing them for periods of the game at the moment, which is good because we weren't doing them at all. We're doing them for periods of the game. We need to get to do them for 90 plus minutes, and to get something from Tannadice we'll need to do that. But I believe we've got players in this team that will go and do that. I think you see the pace we have going forward, the creativity we have going forward, it just needs to add that ruthless edge to it.
And just finally, a little shout out to the supporters again who were in fine voice throughout the game.
Yeah, look, I hope that they are responding because they see a commitment on the pitch. There'll be mistakes made. I'll make mistakes. The players will make mistakes. Things won't go right in the game. But as long as we can put a team out there or a squad out there that looks like they're playing for that badge on their jersey, then they'll respond to that. And I think they are responding to that. As I said, I'm not happy with where we are. I don't want us to be in this position. It's about keeping driving on. And I want them to be cheering a team that's challenging at the top end of the table, but just now they are helping us massively, and I think the players are responding to that, and I think the fans are as well, and I know they'll travel in good numbers next week, and again it'll be a performance that's designed to get the best from them as well.